Hello, Meg Miller, an adult services librarian here at Pflugerville Public Library, bringing you another Crafty at Home Cafe video. For this month's tutorial, we are doing DIY marbled cards using food coloring and watercolor paper. As usual, for the first 40 people who were able to sign up for material supply kit, what you're going to get is going to come in an aluminum pan here, and inside that pan there is going to be a Ziploc bag full of goodies. So what you've got inside is 5 sheets of watercolor paper, trimmed down from the original pad size, so you'll be able to fold them to make cards once you've marbled the paper. Additionally, there is another little Ziploc bag inside in order to protect your watercolor paper from the food coloring so that it doesn't get any color before you start the craft. And inside this little guy is going to be 2 colors of food coloring. This may be a craft that's familiar to you. With the seniors last year in September, Adult Services Librarian Betty McDowell did this one, and I just thought it looked like so much fun, so I was really interested to try it, so that's why I picked it for this month's. You'll get a small dowel to use to pull your color through the shaving cream, and for this one we've got a travel size shaving cream that we ordered on Amazon. Something like this you could probably find in the travel aisle of any of your local HEBs or at Dollar Tree, and actually a bigger size. So additionally, if you attended or participated or even watched the craft from last September, you'll see that we got some rulers that were handed out with that one. I actually this time around had some extra material left over from a previous craft and chose to use this little bit of, it's a Mylar stencil material, or like a plastic folder would be good. This is about 6 inches by 2 inches, so that it matched our paper here for when we're ready to scrape off all of our shaving cream. So with your supplies in hand and maybe a drink nearby, let's get crafty. Okay, so I've got all my supplies out here. Like I said, I'm so excited to try this one. Included a little Alright, so I've got all my supplies here. Got the shaving cream, we'll shake it up. I've got 2 colors of food coloring here. If you have other food coloring at home, you can use that if you're looking to kind of do some extra colors since you got so many sheets of paper. But we'll start with the shaving cream. Oh, fun. I'll make sure I shake it up more here. Oh. I think feels pretty close. Alright. I'll just use my little guy to make sure I pull it all the way. Don't have any areas and it's not really there. It all worked in together. And like Betty showed us, we'll make sure that the shaving cream portion matches up to the paper that we've got to put on it. That's probably a lot closer. Yes, that looks good. Set that right up there. Alright. And now, so you want to have something you can use to wipe with nearby. I've just got a kind of old t-shirt rag here. Alright, so I took the colors that were kind of left over. So I've got a blackish green here. I actually think that will remind me of some like really old books. Right there. Going a little heavy. And then we've got a red. Maybe they'll feel a little Christmassy. crafters know you want to get, if you're making things for folks, you try to do it much earlier than the holiday itself. So if this turns out, maybe I've got a great idea for Christmas cards for next year. Alright, so I'm going to pull it through. Get rid of some so I don't get quite. Go this way. Go this way. Up. Down. Actually, I a little bit more. Oopsie daisy. Luckily, that does nothing for the table. Let's put a little bit more green down here. There we go. Alright. And I'm going to take my watercolor paper. I'm really going to just push it right down on there. She showed us I've got a little bit more out this side. Alright. And if you happen to have done this craft back in September of last year, when it was a senior craft, I believe, some rulers were sent, but I actually had some Mylar stenciling around, so I cut up little pieces to use for that. So I'm going to pull straight up with my paper. Oh, I got a lot on there. Oh yeah. Alright. I do actually need to protect my table. Alright, so I grabbed a tray and peel some off using my rag. There's my tray right here. Oh, I do actually like that green a lot. You'd think something called blackish green might not be the funnest color, but it's a real like forest green, kind of olive almost. Get all this off. Oh yeah. Bring it over this way. Stenciling material really works. As Betty mentioned, if you pull along the paper too much, you start to get kind of lines of your food coloring because it hasn't quite sunk into the paper. And so I'm actually just going to kind of, but I was looking for a little bit of that effect. So my marbling is not very cohesive across the board, but I really like how it turned out. I think that I would use like a metallic silver pen, or perhaps something like that. And then in order to make this a card, once I've given it some time to dry, because right now the paper is still a little moist, but for purposes of this, I'm just going to go ahead and do my little fold here gently. So then there I have a really cool card. I can take a piece of blank paper of any color that I have, even if it's just white or maybe one of these other colors. I'm going to cut it a slight bit shorter because, as you can see, I got some food coloring on the inside. So in order to write a sentiment or something like that, I'll want to place another piece of paper on the inside of this. And maybe even just glue something to give it a little 3D pop there. I think those are so cool. It almost looks like a tree on the back there. And so we hope that you have a lot of fun making some marbled cards, whether this is a craft that you were able to do with us last year or this is your first time trying it out. enjoy, show us pictures on the library. If you share them on Instagram, tag us, or on Facebook, you can place the pictures in the comments of the video itself. And we love to see what you've done with them, whether it be at this stage or farther down the line at an actually completed card. Again, try some of those. If you've got food coloring at home that are different colors, you can do that. If you're looking to see another tutorial, look back in our videos and you'll see Adult Services Librarian Betty McDowell doing this same craft, and we hope you enjoy. All right, little bonus content. I did find that we had some other food coloring just kind of here at the library from previous programs. So I want to try this again. This time I'm going to use yellow, and I'm going to be a little bit more specific with how I put everything in, and see if I can't get something that's a little bit more of an actual marbled technique. Alright, so I'm going to use the yellow and the blue. Hopefully doing them in specific lines like this, I will get a little bit better response. So I'm going to kind of do the same thing I did before and pull straight down and straight through. Here. See if I can't pull some of that. Oh yeah. And so the little shaving creams that we sent with this kit really are only going to kind of get you one, maybe two if you did a very small layer. But using just any basic shave cream, they've got them at the Dollar Tree. So that definitely looks a little bit more marbled. That food coloring very much stained my little dowel. Alright, and this time when I get my paper, I'm going to put that on there. Be careful, you're definitely going to get some food coloring on your hands. So you might get food coloring on your clothes. Clean this up. Oh, I didn't push it down enough. Let's try that again. There we go. Let's try this again. Take off my corners. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's set that aside, and I'm actually gonna see if I can get second paper to get colors here without even changing the foam. Alright, but I'm going to let that one sit for a little bit. Set it aside while I scrape off the one I just did. Hopefully you've got some extra paper towels or a rag nearby that you can use. And this one I'm going to definitely try and scrape without getting on the paper. Right. I almost want to try and use the extra shaving cream to put something on another paper. All right, there we go. Oh yeah, that yellow and blue is cool. Gives me that little hint of green, kind of. All right, very gently. All right. That's all I'm going to use my scraping for, but I'm going to take another paper towel this time. Let's see if I can get some of that extra off. Using paper towel. That one did a little bit better. So there's my first. Right up there. Set him aside for now. Let's see how page number 2 looks. Well, so this is the second page with the same foam, and I can see, I bet right here I don't have very much, and I definitely don't have any right there. So let's give it a try. Bonus content. This is the fun of crafting. I'll take some of my shaving foam from the first go around. I'm just gonna slide them around. See how that does. Some color in there. Alright. See what we've got here. This is really cleaned off. Oh yeah. Definitely got some in there. Let's clean this off. Oh, that looks awesome. That almost looks more like a paint pour even than marbling. It seems like cleaning off the shaving cream from my scraper more often means that a little bit less is ending up pulling through. Although I definitely could have used more paper towels. I'm kind of running out here. Oh, I like that one a lot. All right, thanks for sticking around for the bonus content. We hope you enjoyed, and again, we'd love to see your creations.